And we're back with the third round of fixtures completed. Looks like Dunk has quite a comfortable lead at the top with an 11-point gap. However, from second to fifth, there's only 2 points separating the teams. On the other end of the table, it looks like there isn't much hope for Palic, who's lost 4 of his last 5 games and is 9 points off Sean in 7th. As we look at the player stats, Fraser Sharp still doing well up top for Dunk, 14 goals in 17 appearances. Looks like Osimhen has had a good round of fixtures, jumping up to second in the goal scoring charts. Alexis McAllister is top of the assist charts, with the 2 wing backs for Sean's team coming in second. And for player of the match, there's not a clear front runner here. A lot of players with 3 or 4 player of the match awards. So I'll just run through the fixtures of round 3. Feel free to pause at any point. I'll just run through these quickly, filling out any key information. So it looks like Osimhen got a lot of his goals in one match against Indy. Yeah, so Dupe dropped some points here with a Saliba getting sent off in the 13th minute against Romford. And then in the following match, he got beaten by Dunk at the top of the table, so that really gave Dunk his cushion at the top. And let's just take a final look at the injury table. So we've got Osimhen out for 2 to 3 months for Dupe. We've got Mbappe out for 3 to 5 months for Obi. And Fraser Sharp's only out for 2 weeks there for Dunk. So yeah, a couple of big names up front, not fully fit right now as we go into the last round of fixtures. And as we go into the last round of fixtures, what I'll do is I'll just go game by game to have a look at how that affects the table and where teams finish up. Game 1, and it looks like Dunk has all but secured his title, the 4-0 thrashing of Palic. Dupe was held to a 1-1 draw against Roy, and Obi beat Indy in probably the game of the week for the battle for second place. Game 2, and we've got a very low scoring week. Looks like Indy dropped points again to Sean. Dupe and Obi drew. And Romford and Dunk drew. Game 3, we've got a lot more goals this round. Dupe dropped points to Sean, surprisingly. And Dunk has secured the title with a 3-2 win over Roy. Palic held Indy to a draw. And Romford beat Obi in the race for second place. Game week 5, and it looks like we've got a battle for second place. And we've got a battle for second in the draft. Looks like Romford dropped points against Indy. And Roy beat Sean, pulling him back into the race for second place on the draft. With just 2 games remaining, Romford versus Dupe is definitely the one to look out for at the top of the table. At the bottom, Indy's got a tough away game against Dunk. Sean should beat Palic, although Palic has been competitive in all his games. And Roy's got a tough game against Obi. And it looks like Romford have pretty much secured second place with 3-0 win over Dupe. Roy drew with Obi, Sean lost to Palic, and Indy beat Dunk. So looks like Sean is now in prime position for second place in the draft. Going into the last fixture, the question is really going to be who's going to get that second pick in the draft. Is it going to be Sean, who's up against Obi, or is it going to be Roy, who's playing against Indy? And it looks like Roy has managed to choke his way into second place in the draft. Also, we've seen Dupe and Obi swap places higher up after Dupe beat Dunk. And, of course, Obi lost to Sean.